You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you. Finland President arrives in India to attend Raisina Dialogue as chief guest. Iran diplomat accuses US fueling wars to block India, China and Russia's rise. And hope and skepticism among Nepali voters ahead of election. And now for all the details. Finland President Alexander Stubb was accorded a ceremonial guard of honor upon his arrival in New Delhi on Wednesday for a state visit to India. He was received at the airport by Minister of State for External Affairs as he began his official engagements. Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcomed President Stubb, expressing confidence that the visit would elevate India-Finland ties to new heights. In a post on X, the Prime Minister said he looked forward to their meeting and to President Stubb's keynote address at the Raisina Dialogue 2026. During his visit, President Stubb will hold talks with the Indian leadership, including President Draupadi Murmu, and later travel to Mumbai for business engagements. He will attend the 11th edition of the Raisina Dialogue from March 5 to 7 as the chief guest and keynote speaker. The Raisina Dialogue is India's flagship conference on geopolitics and geoeconomies. According to an official statement, this marks President Stubb's first visit to India in his current role. India and Finland share the warm and friendly relations rooted in shared democratic values with cooperation spanning trade, technology and multilateral forums. And amid rising tensions in the Middle East, the special representative of Iran's supreme leader in India, Dr. Abdul Majid Hakim Elahi, in a conversation with ANI, accused the United States of fueling conflicts across the globe. He said Tehran remains open to negotiations to end the ongoing confrontation, but only if Iran's national dignity and strategic interests are safeguarded. Elahi claimed Iran's objective is not Iran as a nation, but its ruling establishment. Citing investigations, he asserted that a global power shift is imminent, predicting that India, China, Russia and the United States would emerge as the world's most powerful countries. He further alleged that the US does not want India or China to grow stronger. The escalating confrontation involving Israel and the US has pushed the region into a fresh turmoil, with Iran launching retaliatory strikes targeting sites in Israel and nearby Gulf nations. Tensions over Iran's nuclear program intensified in January 2026 following unrest linked to the 2025 to 2026 protests. Last Friday, US and Israeli strikes in Iran reportedly killed several senior leaders, including Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, according to Iranian state media.
In the near future, the most powerful countries in the world will be India, China, Russia, and America as well. So America doesn't want to have any partner, doesn't want to be India, the powerful country, doesn't want China to be powerful country. Because of that, they create a lot of wars to stop this ongoing in the future.
And tensions between Afghanistan and Pakistan are escalating sharply, with both sides reporting casualties and accusing each other of cross-border attacks. Afghanistan's defense ministry has said it will not allow its territory to be used against any country. The deputy spokesperson for the Taliban government accused Pakistani forces of repeatedly violating their airspace and carried out strikes targeting civilians in multiple provinces, including the capital, Kabul. Pakistan denies deliberately targeting civilians. Kabul also claims it has captured more than 35 Pakistani military posts and killed over 150 personnel. According to the UN assistance mission in Afghanistan, at least 42 civilians have been killed and 104 wounded in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, in Pakistan's northwestern city of Peshawar, civilians injured in cross-border shelling were being treated in hospital. Pakistan's Federal Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Atullah Tarar, said Pakistani airstrikes targeted 46 locations across Afghanistan in the latest round of tensions. The conflict was sparked last week after Afghanistan's Taliban rulers said they launched retaliatory strikes on Pakistani installations following Pakistan's targeting of militant hideouts inside Afghanistan.
ما هیچ وقت اجازه به هیچ کسی، هیچ شخصی و هیچ گروهی نمی دهیم که از خاک ما بر علیه هیچ کشوری استفاده بکند. بار بار اطمینان داریم. یک بار دیگر هم میگوییم که به هیچ شخصی، گروهی، حرکتی اجازه نمی دهیم به خاک ما تجاوز بکند.
And health workers in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir have intensified their protest over the alleged halt in allowances. Employees say repeated assurances by authorities have failed to result in any concrete action. A report.
Health Department employees in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir have launched an indefinite strike, halting their services in protest over pending health allowances and other unmet demands. The agitating staff have set up a protest camp outside the gate of Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Hospital in Muzaffarabad. The strike has entered its 17th day, with protesters asserting that they will continue their agitation until the government of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir implements the demands it had previously accepted.
उनको अब बंदा क्या कह सकता है, उनको खुद ही नजर आना चाहिए। आज इतना अरसा हो गया हम लोग यहाँ पे स्ट्राइक में, उनको ये नहीं पता कि ठीक है अगर वो अपनी माँ को यहाँ से रेफर करवा के लेके गए, मगर ये कि उनको ये बात सोचनी चाहिए कि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे गरीब लोग हैं जो कहीं नहीं जा सकते। क्या पता कोई सफ़र हो रहा हो इस वजह से, क्या पता इस स्ट्राइक की वजह से किसी गरीब का कोई बच्चा सफ़र हो रहा हो, किसी की माँ सफ़र हो रही हो, किसी की बेटी सफ़र हो रही हो, मगर उनको इस बात का ख्याल तक नहीं है। खुदारा ये कहती हूँ कि कम से कम गरीबों पे जुल्म ना करो।
हम भी इसी मुल्क के बाशिंदे और दर्जा अव्वल के शहरी हैं। हम अपना हक लेना जानते हैं। जब हम उस नेट पर आ गए तो ये याद रखें कि उनको अपने घरों में भी पनाह नहीं मिलेगी, लेकिन अल्लाह और अल्लाह के रसूल के कानून के मुताबिक हम आसान तरीके से, अखलाक से, जायज तरीके से अपना हक मांग रहे हैं, तो दे दिया जाए, तो इसमें उनकी भी भलाई है तो हमारे लिए भी बेहतरी है।
This is not the first time. Protests by government employees are frequent in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, with workers alleging neglect, discrimination, and poor service conditions. They say repeated assurances have failed to translate into action, exposing governance lapses and delays in implementation in the occupied region.
Voters in Nepal have expressed hope as the country heads into a pivotal general election on March 5, with nearly 19 million voters choosing the new Prime Minister following last year's Gen Z-led uprising. The vote, triggered by deadly youth-led protests and unfolding after similar unrest in Bangladesh, is widely seen as a test of whether a new generation can reshape the nation's political future.
Ahead of the March 5th general election, voters in Nepal are expressing cautious hope. While much of the focus has been on young voters, whose frustration with the traditional political establishment could pave the way for younger leadership and sweeping reforms, many believe meaningful change will require cooperation across generations. Nearly 19 million of Nepal's 30 million people are eligible to vote for a 275-member legislature, with 165 lawmakers elected directly and 110 chosen through proportional representation.
अब विकास नभएको ठाउँमा अब रोजगारहरु लानु पर्यो हैन, अब जनताहरु अब खाडी मुलुक गइराछ, त्यसलाई सबैले रोजगार खुलाएर त अनि नेपालमै बसेर केही गरौँ भन्ने अवस्थामा।
Long plagued by instability, the Himalayan nation between China and India has seen 32 government changes since 1990, stalling its agrarian economy and pushing millions to seek employment overseas. Around 1 million new voters, most of them youth energized by last year's protests, have joined the electorate, intensifying calls to overhaul the political system and generate formal jobs with better pay. Rapper-turned-politician and a former mayor of Kathmandu, Balindra Shah, is challenging former PM KP Sharma Ali, who resigned following the deadly crackdown on demonstrators.
मेरो भ्यूले हैन हाम्रो देशको जनताकै भ्यूले गर्दा हैन यो इलेक्सन धेरै नै इम्पोर्टेन्ट जस्तो लाग्छ किनभने हामी जस्तै यङ जेनेरेसन हैन सपना बोकेका ठुलो ठुलो मान्छेहरूले ज्यान गुमायो हैन हाम्रो साथीभाइहरू ज्यान गुमाएका छन् भने हामीले यो इलेक्सनलाई धेरै महत्त्वपूर्ण लिएका छौं के
People across India on Wednesday celebrated Holi, daubing each other with festive colors and dancing to drums and music. The Festival of Colors marks the beginning of spring and symbolizes new beginnings. Take a look.
Thousands of people in parts of India celebrated the Festival of Colors, Holi, by smearing each other with colors and dancing to drums and other music. Colorful celebrations were held in the northern Indian cities of Mathura and Vrindavan, which are associated with Lord Krishna's birth and childhood. Holi brings people of all religions, classes and age groups together as they play with colors, distribute sweets and take out processions. The festival marks the end of winter season on the last full moon day of the lunar month of February-March.
आज का माहौल बहुत ही रंग बिरंगी जैसा है और कलर से ज़्यादा हमारा मन बहुत ही अंदर से रंग बिरंगी हो गया है कि सब अपना सुख दुख भूल के आज के दिन हमने बहुत आनंद लिया इस पर्व का और साथ मिल के बहुत अच्छे से हम होली खेले.
Celebrating the eternal love of Lord Krishna and his consort Radha, Holi is the most awaited festival in India, especially among the youth, as people forget mutual differences and sprinkle colors on each other. Music plays a big role as people dance to traditional and film songs celebrating Holi as they throw colors. People of all ages are stepping out of their homes to join friends, neighbors and relatives in the joyous celebrations, reflecting the true essence of togetherness and harmony that Holi signifies.
होली का पैगाम ये है कि बुराई के ऊपर सच्चाई की जीत, बुराई के ऊपर सच्चाई की जीत. ये हमारा हिंदुओं में एक त्योहार है. हम सब भाई बहन एक दूसरे को हर कोई जाति पाति छोड़ के रंग लगा के एक प्यार का मैसेज है कि सब एक ही रंग में रंग जाए, भगवान के रंग में.
Heralding spring, Holi represents a time of forgiveness, renewed friendship and the triumph of good over evil. Holi is based on the Hindu legend of Holika, a female demon, who tries to kill her nephew Prahlad because he worships the Hindu god Vishnu. But Prahlad miraculously survives the burning fire even as Holika is consumed by the flames. Holi is undoubtedly one of the most fun-filled festival of India.
That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.